Hi, everyone. Welcome to Yin Yang of Life Advice. Our new episode is Getting to Know Us. I'm Camellia, and this is Holly, and we have a special thing to share with everyone. Holly?
It's my birthday. I'm 40 today. I got the big 400 going on today. I'm actually quite excited. I don't really feel that much older, and I definitely don't look it either, so that's good. Makes me feel even better. Um, but with that note, I am excited for what's to come now that I am in my 40s. But Camellia will get there soon. We are pretty close in age. Yeah.
I'll get there. Not yet.
So, and another thing is today I'm also going to be talking about well, you can see on the screen I'm a psychic medium. And I didn't share it in the first video because I didn't want to overload it. So now today we're discussing it. So you get a 2-in-1, my birthday, and they do say a star is born today, September 15th and all.
Hey, now, I would say a star is born on my birthday, November 10th. So
Well, yeah, that's definitely it. November, you can have November. I get September.
there you go. Two stars.
Woohoo! So today we are going to do we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves, and since I have ADHD and I'm a medium, I get distracted very easily. I don't know if Well, whoever did watch the last video, you can definitely you can see me kind of checking in and out a little bit. I know I did, and let's be real, I was laughing so hard. So anyways, but that's the thing. I had to write down everything I was gonna say because I didn't want that to happen again. So I'm going to who do you want? Should I go first, Camelia?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. So yeah, I guess birthday girl gets to go first.
That's right.
Okay, so where do I want to start actually? Hmm. Mm-mm. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about back in 2020, like when the whole world kind of like went to a halt. I actually had time to focus on myself because I was waitressing at the time. And the restaurant that I worked at, they actually shut down for a while. So they did renovations inside. So I actually had time to focus on myself, which I haven't done for a really long time because I am a mother as well. My daughter is 20. So for all those years, I was just a mom. And so what I realized in 2020 is that I was diagnosed with IBS. Now, anybody who's familiar with IBS, trust me, it's not fun. Um, and at times I felt very discouraged. Because changing your diet is not easy. So I never really understood when people were talking about dieting and how difficult it was, right? But I did try dieting and it was kind of difficult actually, now that I think about it. But at the end of the day, when you are forced to stop eating something because you have allergic reactions, trust me, you'd be happy to do it. Now, I am now used to all the food changes that I had to do. But again, it wasn't easy, but I do like to cook for myself. And now that I really do have to cook for myself because with IBS, you can't have wheat, lactose, certain veggies, certain fruits, certain seasonings, everything's special. See, again, I'm special. See how that's
You are special. It's a ball of fun.
right? So, I guess I'm just going to continue. I did waitress for 22 years, and in that time, actually, I used to overhear customers talking about IBS, and I honestly, hands down, I really didn't even think it was a real thing. But look at here we are now. Talk about karma, right? No, I wouldn't say it's karma, but IBS is actually it's from stress in the gut area, and it can affect other things. But you know, again, I have learned to adapt to it. Another thing about me is that I've already had 3 back surgeries, so it's all started about 15 years ago. And I was a CNA at the time, going to school. I wanted to be a nurse, but unfortunately that my dreams were crushed because within the first year of working as a CNA in a nursing home, I slipped a disc. So I had to have a discectomy. And then about 7 years after that, actually, it was 7 years actually to the exact date, which I thought was crazy. But I did tell the doctor, Camelia, I was like, I think I'm on a 7-year plan over here. You know what I mean? Because it was literally the surgery to the exact date, but it was the same surgery. So they went through the same incision. But then 8 years, I passed the 7-year mark. 8 years later, I was unfortunately in a car accident and I just had my fusion surgery. L5S1. They did go through the front, so right below my belly button, which actually, you know what, was probably strangely enough the easiest surgery I had done. But I guess it's probably the easiest surgery I've done because my goal was to get off the medication as fast as possible. With the other 2 surgeries, that wasn't the case. So, but I have been off of opiates for 6.5 years now, and
Pretty amazing.
thank you. I could never see myself. I feel like it's a trap of a life. You have no freedom when you're taking opioids. And not only that, you can form an addiction. Whether you want to or not, your body's going to be accustomed of it and you're going to form an addiction. And that's exactly what happened to me in my life, actually. But that's another time that I can kind of go in depth about that. What else was I gonna say here? Let me go on my notes here. Oh, okay. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is that, throughout my life challenges, I do feel like without any of that, I wouldn't be who I am today. And with everything that I've been through, it's created the medium that I am today. Because, they do say that mediums, I don't know if you knew this, Camelia, they say that mediums, experience like they never have like their life is, oh shit. I just lost myself. But anyways, I'm gonna keep continuing on because I don't want to edit this.
No, I like it. We're going to
Okay,
just
good.
roll with it.
Okay, good. Because last time when we did the editing, I know everybody saw it too. But listen, everybody needs to know that Camelia and I laughed till we literally almost fell off the stool in her kitchen because it was just we listen, we are 2 people who even if people were to try to make fun of us, listen, you just can't. You can't because we do we do it already to ourselves and nobody can top how we do it to ourselves. So okay, so now back to what I was going to say. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep going because I just can't think of it. But ever since when I was real young, my grandfather always told me that I had a special gift, and he did pass away in 1999. So unfortunately, he wasn't here when I went through my mediumship classes in 2019. But I know he is here, maybe not physically, but he is here spiritually because he does guide me every day, along with all my other loved ones. You know what I mean? So I'm never alone, nor is anybody else. It's a crazy story. Every day I get shocked by a lot of things that I'm able to do or even what, spirit guides me to do. It's amazing. It's the most beautiful thing. Now I do know it's not for everybody. And I respect that. I never push anything on anybody because that's just not who I am. And spirit does the same. If somebody is just not comfortable with it, in fact, spirit doesn't even step forward. I can see them standing on the sidelines, but that's pretty much about it. But I do believe, though, because of my gift and because I've always been gifted since a little girl, giving advice. I believe my mediumship has always helped me give me advice because it's like I've always had like a higher knowing of something without knowing, but now I understand it. So it all just makes sense. But there's so many people who are spiritually inclined, like Camelia, you're spiritually inclined too. It's just you live a faster lifestyle than I do. So you kind of like block out the extra noise. And I know because I was at your house for 5 days. Oh my gosh. Woo, I was overstimulated. Literally day 5, I was like, plane. Let's get on the plane. You know what I mean? I love Camila. You
Oh,
and I have been
God.
great friends
Like
since.
now you're making it seem like my
No, but here's the deal. Nothing against you. It's just I'm used to having my own space.
right.
And I guess I didn't even have any of that when I was there. And that was my first challenge of being around at that many souls in one house for that long. But you know what? I did really good because I've seen how I can be sometimes, overstimulated wise with people in 1 hour. You know what I mean? And I did 5 days at your house. So you're perfect.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. So I just want to clarify, Holly talks about, she was very overstimulated in my house. I just want to make sure everybody understands my house is crazy. It's a lot. So I am a mother of three boys. Um, they're older now, but it's three boys. I mean, you could potentially say it's like six kids in one house. I also have I also have three dogs. They're, cute as pie, but they're very sassy.
Mhm.
I have a loving husband. We've been together for 22 years, this October. We've been married for 16 years. I have to remember, that's terrible, isn't it? This month, our
Oh,
anniversary
you
is
don't
coming
speak
up.
that much anymore, Camelia.
Yeah, no, we've been together a long time. And, I've been asked numerous times, like, well, what's the secret? And quite honestly, I don't think there really is a secret. He is my best friend. He is my go-to. And, he's my everything. I really can't say anything bad about him. He's just phenomenal. I will say one of the biggest secrets that I think we both share is that we both communicate. And, if there's something that I don't like or he likes or whatever, we've been able to communicate that over the years. And,
I love that for you. I really do.
yeah, no, he's pretty awesome.
I was never married, Camelia. You know that, right?
Right.
So, it's great to see though that those family dynamics are still there and I got to witness it and hands down, it was just amazing to watch. Really was.
Yeah. Well, and then on top of us five and the three dogs, I also have my parents that live with me. Or us, I should say us.
Yes.
So we have, a busy household. My kids do stuff, sports, band, blah, 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 just normal life. And yeah, so it can get crazy here. Um, but we all like to have a good time. We like to have lots of laughs. As my kids have gotten older, our relationship has changed. It's no longer the nagging mom telling me what to do. It's more of, mom, can you help me with this problem? Or, give me direction. So that's kind of a nice thing. I do live far away from Holly. I come from the same town we grew up together, same middle school, same high school. Um, but shortly after high school, I decided to leave the town and go to a different town, and then was there for a little bit, and then I decided to move away. I always knew that my heart was somewhere else, and I knew there was bigger and better things outside of the city and state that I was in. So I have not looked back, but I can definitely say that I love going back and seeing my friends and family for a good laugh and reminisce the old times. I love to laugh. I love to talk to everyone, even if I don't know who they are or whatever. I love learning and just talking to other people and learning their story. It's super impactful because I get to learn stuff along the way with talking to different people. And I used to be considered a social butterfly. I don't know in my older age that I would consider myself that anymore, but I definitely like to talk. Clearly, I have no problem. I talk on video all day long at work. Um, but I do truly enjoy my downtime. I love watching TV, snuggling up with my kids, watching a movie. Um, it's just one of those things that I appreciate, my downtime because that's when I get to just kind of let go of all the different hats that I wear. I used to say that I used to love working so much because I get to be who I am. Because at home, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, where work was just Camellia. I get to be who I am. So I really excelled. I poured my life into my job. But I liked my cake and eat it too. So long time ago, when I was 16 and pregnant, I made a goal to myself that I was not going to be a statistic. I was never going to be a statistic. And if anything, I was going to be a statistic of someone that put myself through school and got an MBA. I will say that I think I was like mid 30s. I think that was mid 30s, maybe early 30s.
Really?
And I can't remember exactly when, but I think it was mm, early to middle 30s when I was able to finish my last piece of that goal, which was my
You
MBA.
still made it happen, and it doesn't matter the age.
Oh, I agree,
Yeah, I
but
think it's very important because a lot of people like to put a timeline on when they need to have XYZ, like be done with college, go to school, have
no,
kids,
no.
and have a house. And I just think that that is a lie. Like, just you should be where you're at when you're at where you're at, and just everything will happen when it happens.
Right. I mean, hey, if you can pull it off in a timeline, great. I had three young kids. We had a household and I had aspirations at my job. I'm in the IT industry and it just didn't work out doing 6 years straight. I had to do, 2 years for my associates. And then as I was approached 30 or maybe even after, I can't remember, it's too long. But anyway, I got where I wanted to go. And I will say, going to school, my husband put himself through school.
Yeah,
It
he
wasn't
talked about
easy.
that when I was there.
Yeah, no, he went and got his bachelor's degree, and it wasn't easy. We had kids, we had young kids, we had a house, we had bills, and it was tough. We fell all the time, and because him and I are kind of our support system, and we were able to, talk about how I'm just tired. We need to get takeout,
And
or
if you don't mind me just kind of saying something too, because I did write it down. And once you said that you guys were each other's support system, I just wanted to say, like, I noticed that when I visited you, the difference between our person, like, kind of not like obviously we're gonna have different personalities, but I just see like the way you guys are because you moved away from what you knew and everybody that you know, right? So you guys live like this calm, very little in your own little world life. And I love that because that's not how it is for me here because I'm still here in my hometown.
right. Yeah. No, when I grew up, my parents always took us like all over or took us, me, I was the only child. So growing up, I always had friends with us or with, going on family vacations and things like that. We always did stuff. We were always, going to festivals or, going to weddings or whatever it may be. And it was always with other people. And because we moved away, we kind of created our own family traditions. And, we're really big on spending time watching movies and playing Uno or, Mexican bingo, and putting our little pennies and dimes and nickels in there for, or wagering, PlayStation gift cards. We try to have fun because we don't have outside family and friends where we live. Granted, yes, my kids have their friends but our house is our temple and we again cherish what we do and when we have a family vacation it's us. It's always been us for the longest time.
So big ticket question, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know is how is it having your parents live with you? I mean, listen, I love her parents. They're definitely complete opposites and I mean different energies. You know what I mean? We put all the energies together, but like she said, her house is a temple. I felt it. I didn't even have to cleanse her house at all. Like I walked in and the energy was just so pure. Like it just went perfect. But I just need to know from your standpoint, how is it living with your parents?
You might want to ask my husband because he might get a different response. No, I'm kidding. So
Maybe we'll have him as like a featuring guest or something sometime.
probably not. He's not very social. So no, I mean it's because we're so big in the family, we try to accommodate our family. His family's lived with us before, and
Oh,
you know,
nice.
with my parents, I will say the privacy is not there, even though our house is on the bigger side to fit us all. But, it's just we make it work. We respect everybody's spaces, and we try to be as respectful as possible because my parents are getting up there in age, and my husband does a phenomenal job just
Oh, he has a lot of
catering
good
to them,
choices. Yeah, everything. No.
which I don't probably do as good a job. Like they get on my nerves. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but they're your
oh,
parents, Camelia. My mom gets on my nerves too.
so yeah,
No.
no. It's definitely a unique situation. Did I think, 20 years ago that I'd be living with my parents,
Yeah.
in another state? No, but that's how the cards felt, or fell. Jeez. My dad has had some health issues, and it's only brought us closer to ensure my kids are super close to my parents, and I don't know. And my dad's like my best friend. He goes everywhere with me. He goes to the grocery store,
He is.
to
He was so
doctor's
excited to
appointments.
come everywhere with us, and I was like, he's like, oh, okay. He's like, I'm coming too, and I was like, oh, I love that. Because my dad passed away in 2010. My stepfather, the one who raised me. So, yeah. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I will say I do enjoy going to like a Walmart or a Target or wherever, and not know anyone. There's been a couple times where my son's basketball coach is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I am in my own world because I'm not used to people coming up to me and being like, 'Hey, how are you?'" Mm,
Gosh, to have that happen, oh man, I would love it. I would love it. But
yeah, it's very nice.
I don't really like to leave the house, to be honest. Not that it's just, there's a lot going on out there,
Right.
and because I am in my hometown, sometimes I just don't want to get ready. And if I bump into people on that day, it's always the day where like you're not prepared, like your hair is a mess, or you're wearing a mismatch, or you're in your
Oh,
pajamas and you're just running for like one
see,
item.
see,
It's when
that's
you see somebody and then they want to have like a 20-minute conversation. I can't do that, because there I go with the.
Well, here's the thing though. This is what you get. What you see is what you get. I don't wear makeup. I don't do my hair. Long time ago, I was very self-conscious about who I was and how I look and my appearance. But at the end of the day, I'm not, and the doctor says, "You're obese." And I'm like, great. Like, I
What?
love
Really?
this.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think
so
you need to get a second opinion on that one because I think that's a bunch of BS.
I'm saying like, it's
Listen, I'm still confused on this. Wait a minute. What
it's
doctor?
based off their charts, whatever. It's not the point.
Okay,
But
yeah, all right. Their charts make no sense. I don't go off their
my
charts.
point is that, I've had to learn who I am and love myself and give myself grace, right? So like when I give advice to friends, that's the same advice I'm trying to give myself when I have issues. It's not,
It's very
you know,
important too. And
yeah, no, I used to do my hair, and I never really was big into the whole makeup stuff, but I would, hate, oh, my eyes, I got puffs or, freckles or, whatever it was, right? At the end of the day, at the all this, chub and all, I love it. It's who I am. I had 3 kids. They were monster kids. I'm busy. I try to be as active as possible now. Can I work out a little bit more? Of course. Um,
yeah, but so can the rest of the whole world, Camellia. You're not the only one.
right. I
You're
guess my
my
point is
red flag
that,
right now because I'm guilty too. you know?
yeah, I've had to learn to love myself.
Right.
And, through, when I talk to my friends, my family, when they come to me and ask for advice, sometimes I have to tell them, you have to love yourself and you have to give yourself grace. I used to manage a team, and I used to have people come to me and be like, I'm just not good enough, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, if you had a friend come to you and tell you the same story that you're telling me, how would you feel? How would you tell them? Tell yourself that learning something new is not easy. And whether that's work, personal, new diets, it's a lot. And you have to give yourself grace. You have to love who you are, because you're only going to hinder yourself. I've been married and together with my husband a very long time. Some people have asked me, well, what happens if you guys get a divorce? Which will never happen. He stuck with me. I told him the day that we got married, you signed, you're done. Like that's it. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. But at the end of the day, if there was, a time where, we weren't together, I'm okay being by myself. I don't need to be in another relationship. And he actually said the same thing. Because we're very open. Like, again,
Well, and I think that's with like any long relationship, because I had a really long relationship too. And I mean, after that, it's kind of like, it took a majority of my 20s and my early 30s. So now, I don't know. I feel like my honest opinion about dating is I feel like if you don't find your person, in high school or early on, it's going to be kind of difficult, especially in the world that we live in. Because listen, the dating pool, I mean, it's difficult.
I hear about it. I hear about it.
I want to quick add something to what you said though. When you said, loving yourself and everything, I wanted to add, what I always tell people to do because it helped me is every morning, the first thing you do right away in the morning is you go to the bathroom, right? Well, most people do. I do anyways. Is to look at yourself in the mirror and say something positive to yourself, because it's you I mean, you can talk to yourself all day long, but you have to literally see yourself so you can literally start to believe it. And over time it does happen. But that is like one of my starting points is what it also like helps other people, you know. I mean, it helped me too. And to this day, even when I'm mad at myself, I'm like, listen, Holly, you better get your, together because, but it's good. Yeah, it works for me. And I do know that when I have helped other people, it worked for them as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, so I just wanted to add that.
Of course. No, that's a really good piece to that, to loving yourself and making sure that you are on the right track and remembering who you are every morning that you wake up. I do not do that. I check my phone. Probably
Mm,
not good to
no,
do that.
no,
But
I just roll out of bed. Half the time I don't even, there's no lights on. Zoom. I have the same path. And then I go back. And then if going to the bathroom woke me up, then I'll go on my phone. But if I'm still sleeping, going to the bathroom, I can go right back to bed, yes.
mm, yeah, I'm only getting woken up by my alarm, dude. I'm not.
No, you're not. I slept with you. This girl's lying. She's lying. I woke up. I woke up and listened to that thing ring for 5 minutes. She is
10
not
alarms.
sleeping.
I
She's
have 10
breathing
alarms.
deep because she's sleeping hard. And I'm just like, wow. I was like,
Hey,
what are all these alarms for on the weekend?
listen,
Insane.
I got
Well, actually, I went during
responsibilities.
the week, and that
That
was
was during the week, not the weekend.
no, that you're right, because I didn't hear and I was like, phew, those must have been her work alarms, I was thinking, because I was up in the morning and I had time to think.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of alarms. I'm one of those people that like to snooze.
Yeah, I know.
So,
No,
yeah.
I'm somebody who, the moment the alarm goes off, I'm up because there's no point in pushing it because it's only going to be like another 8 minutes before it goes off again. And it's just ridiculous. So I'll just get up and get your day started. Or I have the issue of where I wake up literally 2 minutes before and I hit my phone and I look and I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
disappointed because I thought I could sleep longer. And those are usually the days that, like, when you go to sleep, it feels like you slept 5 minutes, but you literally slept like 8 hours. Makes no sense.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
have
know where
those.
I drifted off to in my sleep, but I was not well rested.
Yeah, you gotta get a watch that tells you how good of a sleep you get. That's what I have.
Yeah. No. Well, I have an Apple Watch, but I don't know. I haven't worn it in a while.
It tracks your sleep. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we are. Okay, see, this is what
Okay.
happens, y'all. ADHD. I
So,
told you. I told you.
anyways, I
Back.
hope I I hope you know, the conversation that Holly and I had today gives you kind of a little insight to who we are as people and how we can help you. Um, the goal for this channel is to ensure that we're helping at scale, right? And what that means is we need our viewers, those that are out there, when you have issues, whether you're talking to your friends and family, whether you feel like you can't, um, to email us, which you will see below. And once we see your email, we will respond and let you know when your video will be posted. If in the event that we read your story and we just cannot help, we will respond and let you know. But the goal is to help those that are in need through an anonymous way. Because just because someone didn't email us, they might still be dealing with possibly what somebody emailed us on, and they're able to watch the video to get some type of advice outside of their friends and family, or maybe just new advice that they haven't went to their friends and family. I hope that clarifies and gives everyone watching a little piece of who we are. We're a ball of fun. Um, but as you can tell, we are very different, hence the name. So I hope,
My birthday, y'all. Let's not forget, it's my birthday.
and
Okay.
it's Holly's
Here's
birthday.
young.
And I hope whoever does need help will email us and we can get started. Take care.
See, a beautiful birthday present.
Yes.
See, we're
Yes.
it's fun, okay? And I just want to add real quick before I keep cutting Camelia off like I did last time because I got I got a problem. Okay, but I just want to add though that shoot, now my thought came and went. See how this goes? It'll come back. Just give me a moment. I can't believe this just happened. Okay, all right. It's the end of the show. That's all I know. That's it. You know, I can't think of it anymore. It's gone.
All right. Well, take care, everyone.
Ciao.
Bye.